This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, September 26th. I'm here with Brandon and Lindsay. I'm Tori. Al has the day off. Well, let's get right to it. Are the president's days numbered? Well, just this morning, the whistleblower's complaint was released to the public, saying President Trump sought to pressure the Ukrainian president to, quote, take actions to help the president's 2020 re-election bid. The complaint also talks about a, quote, cover-up by the White House, saying senior White House officials had intervened to lock down all records of the phone call, especially the official word-for-word transcript. And the complaint also alleges there was a, quote, quid pro quo, saying the call would depend on whether the Ukrainian president showed a willingness to, and this is an important word here, play ball. Meantime, Trump is tweeting, is there a case for impeachment? Absolutely not. There is no high crimes or misdemeanors, no treason, no extortion, no treason. And Joe Biden is speaking out about it. Here's what he told Jimmy Kimmel about it last night.
The thing we all learned recently is that statement that the 2,000-word statement released was that talked about getting the Justice Department engaged in this. I mean, it's such a blatant abuse of power that it just I don't think it can stand.
So I wanted to ask you, because yesterday you said, look, Tori, there aren't a link between the two, right? There's no link. Now we see, look, I'm withholding military aid that the Congress allowed unless you give me this information. We see the quid pro quo. We see it. He tried to hide it. How do you feel?
And that's all I was asking for is the full documentation. I wanted to read it and go through it, and it clearly shows that this is a mess and this is a problem.
Wow.
You have to just admit that. And so when you look at, Trump got too big for his britches. This is a time when you think you can abuse power just freely, and there's proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
And so it kind of worries me because you can kind of almost feel the sense that Trump is worried more so than ever before.
He feels scared. There's a sense of that. I also want to say that in this report, if you're interested, they really condemn Rudy Giuliani, the president's personal attorney, and the Attorney General, Bill Barr. Now, they both are now looking into being disbarred, and perhaps Bill Barr could be impeached. If you guys don't know, the Attorney General is only in charge of the United States and the Department of Justice. They should never be on a phone call discussing anything about anything. So just know that that's not their role.
One thing I love about you joining the panel, Lindsay, is that you're conservative, you're a Republican, but at the same time, you're reasonable.
Yes.
But do you think this is enough information to bring on that far right side who think that Trump can do no wrong?
I think that we have to follow the Constitution and we have to be smart about it. And
you sound like Tori right now.
I'm in love with you.
Like
We really do. So we have to move forward and we have to do something. We can't just allow this man to abuse power and do whatever he wants to. However, I think when it gets to Senate, we're going to see if people want to vote on the side of morality or if they want to go on the side of the party lines. And so that's going to be interesting to see how it moves forward and how it affects the election. Because people this election can either turn a blind eye to what's been going on and just say, I don't want to have anything to do with this and re-elect Trump. But I find it hard to believe that an impeached president, if he does go through with the House impeaching him, is going to get reelected. Now, what I do think is interesting is that Mitt Romney is really looking like he's about to jump in the ring.
I was going to say, is there someone in the wings kind of getting, what do you say, warmed up?
I thought you were going to say getting jiggy with it.
Getting jiggy with it, but honestly, because at this point, if one senator like Lindsey Graham, if one of them goes, it's a domino effect. They're all going to not go for Trump. Am I right? We've already seen a unanimous consenting Senate say we want to hear from the whistleblower. So who would you want to see step up and say, as a Republican, I'm taking on Trump?
It would have to be Mitch McConnell. It would have to be Mitch McConnell.
And you think Romney would go for president?
Well, I think that Democrats will be scared if Romney runs for president because he seems like a person that's willing to negotiate on both sides of the aisle. And then you get into a situation where Biden was that person, right? Yeah. And Biden's not looking that good with all the things he's having to say. He's coming out stuttering a lot. And people are looking at these last conversations and really not confident that Biden is going to do the same thing as Obama, which a lot of people were hoping.
That's right. Guys, DBL Nation, do you agree with us? We're sort of on the same page here. We want to know, could Romney make an appearance and totally steal the show? I feel like
that would
we're
be interesting.
Big Brother or something. Okay. Some news about Matt Lauer, guys. Could Matt Lauer be in more trouble than we first thought? Well, a new group of accusers are coming forward and telling their story to author Ronan Farrow. His new book, Catch and Kill comes out in October. He also interviewed the first accuser, whose claims led to Matt getting fired from the show. Now, we all know that Matt's kind of a scuzzy guy. We all know that it's going to get worse. I want to talk about why people are going to journalists faster than they're going to the police. And I saw this when they see us, right? That is the Ava DuVernay, the exonerated 5. It took Ava DuVernay to get those people to be really seen. The R. Kelly documentary. It took that documentary to get him behind bars. So it's like documentarians and journalists now are the new police. How do you feel?
Yeah, I look at this because, no disrespect to our law enforcement. A lot of people do not trust our law enforcement, not only that whole black community thing, but when it comes to investigating claims where there's someone of means or there's someone of power that's involved, or that's the person who needs to get investigated. So who is it that you feel as though that who you're going to go to who you know is going to investigate, who wants that story, who wants that pushed out for the public? A reporter. Now,
if let's just, God forbid, said something happened to you, would you feel more comfortable going to a reporter or a police person?
Probably a reporter, because I think that the criminal justice system has proven time and time again that a woman is not to be believed immediately, right? Wow. And so reporters are willing to just tell your story and share it and let the public be the judge. And so I think that as a woman, you're kind of afraid to even speak up.
I mean, how many rape kits are not even tested yet? Am I right?
Yeah.
So interesting, guys. Let us know.
Were you asking me that?
No, I was just asking everyone. As a general. But do you trust our journalists the new police people? I think that's an interesting question.
Right, because it forces the police to take a deeper look at it. Because they're putting on such a world stage that everyone's looking at the country like, what's happening?
Exactly.
But then we also have to tread lightly, because you see in the media, people want to be first instead of being right.
Smart.
So I think we need to fact check them just as much as we fact checked our law enforcement and all.
You are sounding so smart today. You look so great.
It's just good coffee. Thanks, Brianna.
All right, guys, we actually have some shocking new video. All right, this shows a man who appears to be a FedEx worker carrying a box, right? Walks up to the front door of a Brooklyn house. Watch what happens next. Video from inside the house shows the man and his accomplice tying the hands and legs and then taping the mouths of the 3 victims. The 2 men robbed the family of more than $100,000 in cash and jewelry. So I want to be super honest. Would you open the door to someone in a uniform? And I will be so honest, 1,000% I would have opened the door.
Same.
100%. And I wouldn't even know what FedEx package I was expecting. But for some reason, that's your entrance.
And then, like, oh, do you want a snack?
Do you want some water? Yeah. Do you want some, like,
and that's the thing
Monster?
we have to look out for and be careful, because it seems like this person knew what was in the house, stealing a safe and bringing it outside.
It has to be an inside job.
Yeah.
So you have to look out for certain things. Like, do you see a U-Haul or FedEx truck outside? Do you see a badge on that employee? Yeah. Look for those kind of things before you just trust somebody.
Even a cop,
and that's something that I don't know, right?
And
look for that badge.
I'm glad you said that, because when we see people with uniforms abuse their power from time to time. But when we see someone with a uniform, we give them a sense of power. Because of the uniform. You know, you're a FedEx guy. You look like a FedEx person. So the other day, I'm walking into my building, and there was like one of those. What's the yellow ones?
DHL.
DHL. Yeah. Their uniforms are kind of sketchy to me, and I still let the guy in.
But you thought about it.
But I thought about it. I'm like, hey, he looks like he's dressed like he's in the movie Dodgeball or something right now. This doesn't look like a real DHL uniform, but this.
But you let him in.
Yeah, I let him in because
we tend to automatically see a uniform and just trust.
Respect.
Blindly trust.
Right. And that, so think twice now. I like
anymore.
that idea. Yeah. Look for that truck, guys. That's a great point. All right. Well, one of Traveler's biggest pet peeves: sitting next to a crying baby. Oh boy, may become a thing of the past, because now an airline is unrolling a new feature to save you from it. The tool will show you where passengers traveling with children are seated. The infant seat is indicated by a child icon. That way you can select seats far, far away if they're available. You've complained about this. Brandon is very excited.
The flight police are listening.
Explain humanize it. What happens to you?
Here's the thing. I understand when it comes to like a little baby, parents can't control a little baby, so I'm not worried about that. It's the toddlers.
Okay.
It's when you're on a flight from Germany coming back to the United States, and that child keeps crying that she wants her binky, and you won't give her the binky because you want to teach her to live life without the binky. No, there's other people on the flight. Give the child the binky so it stops crying. I just want to.
Brandon,
go
even
to
if
bed.
you're in seat 32 and the crying baby's in seat 4, you're still going to hear the crying baby.
It's
You understand
muffled.
this?
No, I have great Bose headphones. Shout out to Bose. I have great Bose headphones.
That work in the same aisle as the baby also.
But if the baby's in the back, because I picked a seat that's in the front because I saw the baby in the
Icon,
symbol,
the baby icon.
then the Bose headphones are going to allow me to muff that.
Can I tell you why this is problematic? Because the airline warned everybody this is not foolproof. So most of us, like me, I buy my tickets on Kayak.
And then
if you do that, the airline doesn't know if you have a baby with you. So only if you go to like japanair.com does this work.
Okay.
If you buy it with miles, it doesn't work. So you might still be sitting next to a baby, and you're being a baby.
We need the CC United Airlines then.
I've played with babies that reach between the seat. They're trying to grab my wine. I think it's funny.
adorable.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
fun.
stop.
That's adorable. But when they're, I want my binky.
All right, the binky game
Give
is
it the
over.
binky. Give it the binky. Thank
I think
you.
we got that. All right.
Thank you.
Well, it's probably not the reaction you expect. Watch what happens when a bridesmaid catches the bouquet at her friend's wedding, okay? Here we go. So she catches it. You see that?
Good grab.
All right. That's the catcher's boyfriend running as fast as he can and jumping over a fence and even getting in his car. Looks like she will always be a bridesmaid, never a bride.
All right.
So I think this is like the funniest thing that I've ever seen. Is this totally rude to that woman? Like, does anyone take offense to this? I think that'd be hilarious to me.
Yeah, I would
But
laugh.
I'm also like a stand-up. Is that totally insensitive?
No, I think if you're super sensitive, then you might get offended. But I would laugh about that because
He went in the car and turned
a lot of guys run away from the garter belt. Is that I've never seen a guy like ooh 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 like at any wedding I've been to.
He better watch out. There's a waiter there that sees an opportunity.
Oh.
You've been with him for 6 years. He wants to go run in the pickup truck. Girl, I'm here now.
Look at him. He
What'd you
runs
think?
so fast.
What'd you
It's like a
think?
sprint.
Look at that.
Look at
No,
this.
come
Jump
on.
the fence and.
And why is he wearing that to a wedding? You gonna marry that?
That's a good point.
Are you outfit shaming?
No, yeah, I'm outfit
I would
shaming.
outfit
It's a
shame
wedding.
him. Yeah. Well, guys, let us know. Girls, let us know. Is this totally inappropriate, or do you think it's kind of funny? DBL is live, and coming up, our own Brandon London goes one-on-one with the star of Wu-Tang and American Saga, and the resemblance to ODB is uncanny. And you, the viewer, you're our fifth host. The Army is telling service members to keep their eyes peeled for dangerous peoples at screenings of the new Joker movie. Are they making a mountain out of a molehill, or is there a real reason to be worried? Your comments coming up next.
Welcome.
Hi, DBL Nation. Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital Team. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news for you right now, but let's go to the desk and see what's going on with our host. Let's go.
It's something to be investigated.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
You said it, so we are now seeing the quid pro quo.
That's in the prompter.
What's going on, DBL Nation, as they talk about stuff that's G14 classified over there? I don't have access into that meeting. So let's talk a little bit more about.
Now that we have the report.
What did we talk about just now? The FedEx thing.
But play ball and
Can you guys write in? I would like you all to write in because this is an alarming story to me. You know, I have family members that are home by themselves. I have family members that shop online all of the time and get packages sent to their houses. And it's like, now that you see something like that, you want to be able to tell this family member what to look for, be on red alert. So can you all share your stories? Hopefully there are no scary stories, but any stories that you guys, anything you use to stay safe, or to vet anyone in a uniform that's coming to drop off packages, because you're seeing a rise in online shopping. And now we have to find out a way to make sure that we sincerely vet these people who are coming to the house. And then to touch up on the story about the babies on the plane. I'm not anti-baby on the plane.
From what he said, but I'm like,
You mothers, you parents that fly with children, I think you're remarkable for what you do. Like I said, my only thing is, it's like that the family or the parents that just allow the toddler to cry, you know, I think that's a little bit too much, a little insensitive to people sometimes that's on the plane. Like, I understand, like, I kept saying the binky. It was this little rabbit that this little girl had, and they took it from her and put it on the overhead compartment because they were trying to show her that she doesn't need it or whatever. At that case, she's crying, just give it to her because everyone was getting upset. And this one guy next to me was going to say something, but I had to kind of talk him down into minding his own business. So write us in, DBL Nation. We love seeing you guys. We got fifth host next.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fifth Host when we talk about what you're talking about. The government has issued a warning that the release of the new Joker film with Joaquin Phoenix could lead to more mass shootings. So the FBI is flagging online posts from a group of shunned men referred to as incels. And the Army is concerned that those extremists who idolize the Joker will act out violently at film screenings. So now they are encouraging people to identify theater exits and to run, hide, and to fight if a shooting occurs. Wow, that's not reassuring.
What?
So DBL Nation, should this warning stop the release of the film? That's terrifying.
I'm waiting for it to come out on Netflix after that.
So you're gonna let that you're gonna let the terrorists
Absolutely
win on
not.
that?
I'm going
All
to
right.
see this one. But let's see what Dana has to say. Dana from Facebook says this movie should be canceled because of the real threat of copycats. Dana, I don't want to go that far. I just want to push this on Warner Brothers. You're going to make a lot of money off of this movie. Put some of that in hiring off-duty cops. Put some of that in hiring some people in the community to come in, see something, say something, that sort of thing. Because you say it all the time, Tori, don't let the terrorists win. Don't let the terrorists win. Well, there's a lot of people who want to see this movie, so protect us.
Joe from Facebook says, this is a fictional movie. Enough with cancel culture. And Joe, I feel the same way, except that I go to the movies over the last few years and I naturally am scared. I'm looking every way. When people get up and walk up and down the aisle, I get scared. Like, what are they doing? Constantly on edge, ready to duck or run. And so as much as I don't want to be part of cancel culture, I do think that we have to just be aware. And it's unfortunate that we're in this situation, but you know, what can we do? We have to be aware. I don't think that we should stop having fun and having our pastimes just because of an extremist.
Yeah.
All right, well, John from Facebook says it's scary to me because people really do idolize the Joker character. I'm not sure if I'd be comfortable going to see a theater to a theater to see this movie. I get it. Like, I totally get it. It's terrifying. But if we don't go see the movie, we're absolutely allowing these incels, or can I just call them men that can't find love, who are just, you shouldn't have a name for that.
Losers.
We're allowing them to actually terrorize us. The idea of a terrorist is to make you scared to go to any normal place, right? That's why 9/11 was so successful. The airplanes, everybody goes on an airplane. So now the whole country's terrified of airplanes. Well, now it's going to be movie theaters. Well, what's next? Schools, I know we're already there. At some point, we have to fight back. But I agree. I would know where my exits are.
Yeah.
We can't blame it on Joker either, because the same thing happened at Ariana Grande's concert, and that has nothing to do with
Oh, it happens everywhere.
Yeah, so you can't.
Yoga studios,
right?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Brandon.
All right, Renee from Facebook says they should just release it on Netflix and Hulu.
No.
I can't Netflix and chill the Joker. I can't Netflix and chill the Joker. It's just, I have to be in it. But I would like them to have some sort of streaming service set up for people. Like maybe you have it in some sort of secure warehouse or something, and they put it up. You know, it doesn't have to be in a movie theater. And you have metal detectors, all that put forth in place. People want to feel safe while going to see this movie. People want to enjoy their date night and their night out.
I just hope I don't want art to stop being made.
Absolutely
because
not.
they win. That pisses me off.
And I understand why there's not metal detectors at movie theaters. Like, how uncomfortable does that feel?
Right.
To go
It's
through
not
full
like
security.
a fun place. Exactly.
Hey,
I know.
security.
Safe.
All right, DBL Nation, thanks for writing and let us know what you think. Well, coming up on DBL, our own Brandon
That's
London.
me.
Yes, it is. Sits down with the star of Wu-Tang in American Saga. What was it like playing a rap icon? Ooh, coming up next.
Wire.
No, sure. Also, XOOX says give him the binky.
Give him the binky. Thank you. No, I just want to, I kind of want to step back a little bit and because Tori said that the men who can't find love, and I said losers. I want to be able to differentiate men who can't find love, which is normal, but men who can't find love turn violent
Yes, that's
and start
exactly
shooting
right,
up
Brandon.
different public places. Those, to me, are the L word type of guys. So men who can't find love, you know,
Not the same.
E-Harmony, Tinder, all that stuff like that. Go do what you got to do. But it's the other ones that we're sitting here having this conversation about. And while we,
And now I guess
now I'm like, I want to go see this movie. Now I'm thinking twice about going to see this movie.
But unfortunately, it's like something that I've been thinking twice every time. I really want. Like I just went recently with Steph, our co-host, and I was literally there was a man who went out 3 times, and I'm tapping my boyfriend like, what's going on? He's like, don't worry, I'm looking out for him. And it's just like we can't even enjoy a fun movie. So it's kind of scary.
Maya. Welcome back to DBL. TJ Adams is a rising star, giving some shine to the Grammy-nominated rap supergroup, the Wu-Tang Clan, by taking on the role of late hip-hop legend ODB in today's Chatting with the Stars. TJ Adams, welcome to Daily Blast Live. Let's get right into it. So how was landing a role in the new Hulu series Wu-Tang, an American saga?
Whoa, ho, ho, here I go, watch me flow. The one-man show, H-Sean told you so. The BKOG act like you know.
The perfect opportunity for a guy like you. I mean, it's almost like it was meant to be, right?
This is really meant to be, bro. I feel like I totally manifested through the power of my mind. Like I was actually in a rap group when I was about 16 years old. We thought we was Wu-Tang so much that we even made a song called Bakery Boys Ain't Nothing to with the Wu-Tang Clan. I even actually had my hair similar to ODB when I was a kid. This is crazy.
It is crazy, man. You got to manifest these things, especially in this business. So what's something that you would say you discovered about ODB that really blew your mind?
So what really blew my mind about ODB, man, I didn't know how smooth he was. I knew he was a funny character.
When I look into those pretty eyes, I can read your soul. It says you descended from an Egyptian queen.
He's an R&B guy. ODB, in his mind, thought he was James Brown. We just think he's ODB, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was a very smooth dude. He loved to sing.
Rapper turned actors who you feel as though laid the blueprint out for you.
Tupac, man. I grew up wanting to be Tupac my whole life, so Tupac is definitely one of those dudes who inspired me to really do both at the same time. He was such an icon with it.
TJ, man, first and foremost, thank you for joining DBL.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to seeing more of you.
Thank you, bro. Peace.
Hey, I know everyone's working right now, but I just want to try something out. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. We'll be right back.
And another remake. This time it's Walker, Texas Ranger. Al's excited here. CBS confirmed the 90s action series is coming back as a show called Walker. Only this time, beloved star Chuck Norris won't be the main character. I know, it's going to star Jared Padalecki, but many people online are voicing their concern about messing with this classic. So, DBL Nation, what do you think? Would you watch this reboot?
That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
Well, I'm assuming Chuck's probably pushing 80.
He's still doing Copperfield commercials.
The Walker would have another meaning.
I do have some Chuck Norris jokes for you guys. Do you want to hear them?
Yes, this is.
All right,
this
so
pertains to
clap
the
if you
Walker
guys-
text. Now, were you a fan of the show?
Yeah, I was a huge fan of the show. So this is Chuck Norris. You guys know him. It was Walker, Texas Ranger. There might be a reboot. He might not make it. Here's some great Chuck Norris jokes. So clap in the studio if you like the joke. Chuck Norris can pick oranges from an apple tree and make the best lemonade you've ever tasted. Okay. Chuck Norris once put out a forest fire using only gasoline. Okay. Chuck Norris slaps a television and invents the flat screen. 30 seconds. When Chuck Norris was born, he drove his mom home from the hospital.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
Okay, there's one. Okay. How about this? Chuck Norris rides a unicycle, pops a wheelie. Okay. Chuck Norris boards the plane in mid-flight. Okay, all right. Well, be good to each other. We're all fighting an uphill battle. DBL moving forward is going to be the most bold version of the show that anyone has ever seen. I think you've got to go big. You got to be brave.
We're going to continue to be who we are. We're going to continue to be real. We're going to continue to be authentic. We're going to continue to talk about the topics that make people really uncomfortable.
I just want to continue that chemistry between ourselves and the DBL Nation, because I'm so appreciative of them.
We'll start to do that. People will start to talk, and we're going to see this whole show just mushroom cloud. Boom. Boom.
It's full speed ahead.
You guys, I forgot all about Al.
No, come back, Al.
Boom.
He's coming back.
Boom.
No,
How could you forget about
Al's
that?
not here. No, it's awesome to be around you guys, and I'm so proud of this show. And I'm proud of you guys, because the DBL Nation is like the fifth host without getting paid.
And well, I got some comments from the fifth host,
I haven't
and
gotten paid
hopefully.
yet
Yeah, that's true. She hasn't got paid yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you still owe me for that coffee that we. So when you do get paid, I'll send you that invoice. XOX agrees with me. Give him the binky.
Give him the binky.
Give him the binky.
That should be your hashtag. Hashtag give him the binky.
When we put that out, our digital team, when we put that video out, can we hashtag give him the binky? Naomi says the wedding clip was hilarious.
Yeah, the guy jumped. Okay, so people are taking it as a joke.
Yeah.
Although, what if that guy was not joking?
And really pulled off?
He left.
That was his opportunity to get out of Dodge.
That's a good point. All right, guys, be good to each other. We're all facing that uphill battle, including that gentleman. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.